this is Anne from Blogging Time Savers with another quick video to help you on your blogging way. Today I'm going to talk about HTML. Now, to me, HTML is pretty scary, and I am never going to be an HTML programmer. I am never going to be able to write web pages using HTML, but I have in the last few weeks learned how to do some basic things with HTML, which I found very useful, and I think you will too. Now, if you've got no clue about what HTML is, I'll just give you a quick preview. This is our blog, which you can find obviously by going to bloggingtimesavers.com. Now, if I right-click on a white area of this page, and you can do this on any web page on the internet, there's a thing called View Page Source. And if I click on this, I get the HTML document that has been programmed so that we see our very nice web page. Now, this is completely scary to me, and I just wanted to show you that this is what HTML looks like, and now I'm going to click off it because there is no way either of us are ever going to do that. Okay? Now, the fact is that when you actually put posts into your blog, you generally use the visual part of a post. So this is a post that I'm working on at the moment, and I've typed in my content, and now I've gone to the HTML box, and you can see that as well as my content, there's a little bit of HTML here. In Katie's paragraph quirk video, you would have seen why these BR/* is there. They're to put the breaks in the paragraphs. H1 is for a headline, H3 is for a different headline, and so HTML basically on the posts is used for formatting. So if I go to preview this post, which hasn't been published yet, you'll see that this post is nicely formatted with paragraphs and different headings that we saw in the WordPress post on the HTML part. Now, all I want to do is show you a few little different tips for HTML, just the things that I know, maybe half a dozen, so that you can play around with your posts if you need to, and also use them to better format articles if you want to submit articles to an article directory. So what I've done now is I've gone to eZine Articles and logged in, and here I am on the Submit Article page. And I just want to show you a few basic things about HTML. Now, this is the part of the submission page where you put in the body of your article, or the subject of your article. And here is some HTML stuff. Now, I don't know all of this, but I know that bold means that the text is in bold font. Strong is also meaning bold. I means italics. I don't even know what EM is. U is underline. B is break, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is show you what happens when you have text that is not formatted with HTML, and show you what happens when you actually format your text with HTML. So I've got an article that I've previously written, and I've used a NO.But, which is what they recommend for editing articles before you put them into the article submission page, so that there's no formatting from Word or anything like that. So I'm going to select all, and I'm going to do a Control-C, go back to the article submission page, do a Control-V. Next thing I'm going to do, so you'll see that in the article body is just my text from the NO.But. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to preview the article as it would appear on the web. Okay, now, as you can see, it looks pretty boring. It's pretty hard to see my headings and subheadings, and I'm not really happy with the way this article will be published on the web. Okay, so if I go back to my article submission form and delete what I've put in here, and I go to a NO.Pad where I've actually edited the same article, but as you can see, there is a little bit of HTML programming. There's a B here for bold, and then at the end I want this title to be in bold, and at the end of this title I'm going to close off the bold. And so if you close off the bold, you put a / and then the bold. For my points, I've got point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5, and point 6. I'm going to underline my points. And at the end of my point, I'm going to close off the underline. So if I select all of this and I copy it, and I go back to EZN articles and I do a Control V and paste it into the article submission form, you'll see that the HTML is still here. Here's an underline and here's a close underline. So let's see what that looks like. We preview the article, and as you can see, I've got some bolding here and all my main points are underlined, and the article is much easier to read. Now I also want to show you what happens if you forget to close off one of your HTML tags. So if I've got bolded here, and we saw how that looked before with my title, and if I don't close off the bold, so if I just delete that little bit of HTML, see what a difference this makes. Right, now you can see that because I didn't close off my bold, the rest of the article is in bold. Now, the last thing I wanted to do was show you a resource as to where you can learn a little bit more about HTML. And I just Googled easy HTML, and I got this site, HTML Made Really Easy. And I just wanted to show you a few more useful tags. All of these, the I makes the text italic, the double T makes the text teletype, which I'm not sure why you would need to know, but sometimes it's there. And there's all these different types of headings. There's centering, and you can also use the OL and UL, which seem to be common ones that I've seen, for an ordered list and an unordered list. Now that's about all that I want to tell you about HTML, because as far as I can see, that's all you need to know. So I hope this was useful. Maybe you'll get to know a little bit more HTML along the way, but it's really not essential. But I just thought I'd help with these few easy things that I found out. Thanks for watching. Hope this was useful.